Dear learners, welcome back. And in this video, we are going to discuss one important program which was asked in a QA interview. So what is that program? So how you can generate the random 6-digit OTP. So which is nothing but we need to generate the random number. So how we can generate the random number? So there are n number of different logics available to generate the random number. So let me explain two different logic in this program. So first of all, in order to generate the random number, right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get my current system time in millisecond. So for sure, the system time will be keep on changing in every millisecond. So which means we will be getting some random number, right? With that random number, I can easily generate the 6-digit OTP. Now, how I am going to get the current time in millisecond? It is very easy. We are having some class called as a system, and in which we are having the method called as an current time millis. So it will give the current time in millisecond. Now let me just add a sysout statement and let me just add this piece of code inside the sysout statement and let me just run this program. Now when we look on the console, right, it has generated some number. Now if I rerun the program, again it will generate some random number. So whenever I keep on running, right, so the last few digits are keep on changing. So that is because we are calculating in the millisecond. So that's the reason the values are keep on changing. So now from which we need to generate this 6-digit OTP, which means we can pick the last 6 digit because the milliseconds are keep on updating only in the last indexes. So how I can get the last 6 digit? So if I need to get this last 6 digit, right, so what I need to do, I need to convert this numerical value into the string. The reason is in a string we are having the concept called as a substring, and with the help of substring, right, we can get the value based upon the index. Okay, so for which I'm just going to convert this value into the string. So first of all, if you notice this value, right, it is having more than 10 digit. So whenever it is having more than 10 digit, right, we can't store it in a integer. So that's the reason what I'm going to do, I'm just going to store in a long data type. So let it be kind of an variable name as an current time. Okay, so I'm just extracting the current time in millisecond and I'm just storing in the variable called as an current time. Now what I need to do, I need to convert this numerical value into the string. Is it possible? Yes, we can easily convert to the string with the help of the class called as a string. Okay, let me just use the string class, and in which we are having the method called as an value of, and inside the value of method, right, I'm just going to pass the variable name called as an current time. Now this particular line will convert this numerical value to the string. Now I need to store the output in one more variable. So that's the reason I'm just creating a string, and let me just provide some variable name as an current time value. So now the new string value is stored in the variable called as an current time value. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the substring method. So for example, if you are unaware what is meant by substring, so let's take an example. Okay, so this is one string called as a name, and in which I'm just storing ABCD. Okay, and inside the string, we know all the characters are stored in an index. Like in the 0th index, A will be stored, in the first index B will be stored, and there is a method called as an substring. Okay, and in the substring, right, so either we can provide the beginning index. For example, if I say beginning index is 1, so we will be getting the output like BCD. So because it will start the new value from the beginning index, it will ignore the 0th index and the output will be BCD. And if I say substring of 2, right, so the output will be CD. So sometimes even we can provide the beginning and end index as well. So by the way, we can get the specific value from the string. Okay, so now I'm going to use the same logic. So I'm just using the substring method, and I need to apply this substring to this current time value. So I'm just typing current time value dot substring, okay, where I need to provide the beginning index. So like we need to like get the last six digit, right? So how we can get the last six digit? So for which I'm just going to calculate the length of the string. Okay, and how we can calculate the length of the string? So there is a method called as an length of method. Okay, the variable name of the string is like current time value, and I'm just using the method called as a length. So it is going to give the length of the entire string. So the length of the entire string is like 13. Okay, and in which I'm just going to subtract the 6. So the reason is like, so the length will be obviously 13, and the 13 minus 6, the output will be like kind of an 7. So which means here the substring value will be 7. So when I say 7, so it will start from the seventh index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So which means it will get the last six digits because the beginning index is 7, right? Then the output will be 811315. And I need to copy this output in a new string. So that is the reason I'm just storing in a new string. Let the string name be the OTP. Okay. So now this is fine. We are able to like generate the six digit. Now, if you want to convert the string to the integer, is it possible? Yes, even it is possible. So there is a method called as an integer dot parseInt, and with the help of the parseInt method, we can able to convert the string to the integer. So now I'm just passing the OTP, means the string value will be converted to the numerical value, and I can store it in numerical value. Let it be like kind of an OTP 1 is equal to something, and if I try to print this OTP 1, right? So we will be getting the random 6-digit OTP. So every time, like whenever I run this program, right, I will be getting the random 6-digit. Now, if you notice, I'm having some random 6-digit. Now, if I run this program once again, I will be getting the random 6-digit. So by the way, like we can easily generate the random 6-digit OTP. So the logic is very simple. So just we are getting the current time in millisecond, and post that, right, we are storing in a appropriate data type. Here we are using the long data type. So because it is giving the length greater than 10. So if it is less than or equal to 10, right, then we can store it in integer. For example, if I try to store it in an integer, right, it will throw the error. Okay, so that's the reason I'm just storing in the long data type, and post that I'm converting this long to the string. So the reason is like I need to apply the substring. So substring is nothing but like we can get the value based upon the index. Whenever we inject the beginning index, it will print the value from that index to the last index. And finally, I'm just converting the string back to the integer with the help of the method called as an parseInt. Okay, so this is one logic, and there is an another one logic. So generally, in Java, right, whenever we need to generate the random number, so there is some class called as a random. So if you need to use one class in another class, we should obviously like create an object for the particular class. So let me just create an object for the random class. Okay, and in which, so there is a method called as a nextInt, and in which we can set a boundary. So for example, I'm just setting some random boundary of 6-digit. Now, what it used to do, every time it will generate the random 6-digit number within this boundary. Okay, for example, like let me just add one sysout statement, and let me try to print the particular thing. Okay, so I'm just using the method called as an nextInt, and let me just inject the boundary. Okay, and here, as we have set the boundary, it will generate the random number within the boundary. So sometimes it can be 5-digit number as well, or sometimes it can be 4-digit number as well. But if you want to stick with the 6-digit, right, then what you can do, so you can add the 6-digit number with it. Okay, now let me just add one 6-digit number. So by adding in a way, right, so what happened, every time it will generate only the random 6-digit number, and if you want a 7-digit number, you can change accordingly. Okay, but whenever in an interview, if they ask you to write a logic for generating the random number, right, so instead of using the simple code, so like you can use the above code so that the interview panel will be get impressed. And hope you guys understand this video now, and still if you have any other doubts you can use the comment section and I will be replying proactively. And keep supporting, keep learning. Thanks for watching this video.